Well, that was certainly a great ball game there for the first 6 innings. Certainly a pitcher's duel. Connor and Carson really were buckling down and making a lot of big pitches. I was really proud there of Connor, and I thought he really battled and gave it his best out there, and gave us a chance. Certainly, there in the 6th and 7th inning, Vanderbilt was able to punch a few through and open the game up a little bit. But from their standpoint, Carson Fulmer certainly was tremendous. He pitched the bottom of the zone, did a nice job of changing speeds. When we did get a chance to get a few guys on, just didn't allow us to get that big hit. And certainly he's worthy of all the accolades that he's received, and he's a tremendous competitor. But I'm proud of our guys. We've been in this situation before this year. Certainly, we were in this situation going into Saturday against Florida. That if you win, you get to continue your season on. If you don't, it's over. And so this team has handled that kind of adversity all year long, and I would imagine tomorrow night would be no different. So.
As I open the floor to questions, please remember to silence your phones, turn off video recording devices, and introduce yourself. Kendall, we'll start with you.
Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball. Kevin, looking at Fulmer, what did you kind of think of his performance? What was he doing, and what adjustments did you guys try to make to kind of counter him a little bit?
Yeah, no, he did a great job of starting off with the breaking ball first strike. To me, he started me off with fastballs. Which I knew just to get right after him if I was going to see fastballs in the zone. But through Kenny in the middle of our lineup, he did a phenomenal job of getting ahead with the breaking ball, and then working in from there. But he did a great job with all of his pitches.
Mitch
Sherman, ESPN.com. Connor, the Vanderbilt lineup obviously has a lot of threats, and you got through what was the kind of the teeth of that in the 6th inning, and got to Toffee, maybe a freshman who, I don't know if you're expecting him to be able to come up with a hit like that, but what was your approach to pitching him in that situation with 2 on and 2 out?
I was, obviously going to try to get ahead in the count early, but, I was going to go right after him. It's not like there's a place to put him or anything, and, I thought I made a pretty good pitch, and he got a hold of it. You got to credit him for that. He squared up and hit it well, and unfortunately it found a hole for us, but credit him with he squared up and got a hold of it pretty good.
Jeff.
Jeff White, VirginiaSports.com. Brian, you were in this situation last year. After game 1, you came back with Brandon, and he gave you that complete game. Who do you hand the ball to tomorrow?
I don't know yet, Jeff. Coach Kuhn and I will certainly talk this evening and decide what the right thing to do is. It will not be Brandon Waddell, but we'll decide. We've got some good options, and we're certainly going to need to piece it together tomorrow. We knew that coming into this 3-game series that was going to be the case, and so I don't really know right now.
Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew Ranspacker, Daily Progress. Brian, kind of echoing off that, obviously you used Josh tonight. How much of an option will he be tomorrow, starting or in the bullpen?
Well, I think he'll be a little bit more of an option tomorrow than he would have been tonight coming out of the pen. I don't anticipate him being an option to start. I think it'll be somewhat limited with him tomorrow. But so.
Adam.
Adam Sparks, Tennessean. This is for Brian. Coach, when you kind of the follow-up before of Roe Coleman, Will Toffee got the hits, how tough is it to get through the entire lineup where it doesn't seem like there's much of a weak point in Vanderbilt's order?
Well, I thought Connor did a great job there for 5 innings of making those big pitches against a good lineup. I think what makes Vanderbilt good from an offensive standpoint, they have 3 guys there in the middle of the lineup that have proven that they can hit the ball at the ballpark. They're athletic. They have 5 guys in their lineup that I would consider one-runners, which are very, very good runners, and that puts pressure on you. And they got a lot of guys that can steal a base throughout the lineup. That said, Connor was close to being able to execute it to get us through 6 or 7, and so. But they did a nice job. They're tough. They're competitive at the plate. You have to make your pitches. So,
Aaron.
Aaron Fitt, D1 Baseball. Connor, you seemed like you had some success, mixing, 4 different pitches tonight. What was your approach against those hitters, and what do you think you can pass on to the rest of the staff here going forward?
I personally always try to go right after guys, but yeah, I felt really confident in my split tonight. I thought that was really good. I kind of struggled to find my slider for a while, but it came around. But I'd say to the guys moving forward, you got to go right after them. You can't help them out by falling behind in counts or stuff like that. So you got to get right after them and make them beat you.
We'll take 3 more questions, starting with Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew Anspacher, Daily Progress. Kevin, when you go in that 9th inning, you guys have done this a lot before. When you kind of get that run, and did you start to gain some momentum at all, or did this feel different than any other times in this tournament?
Yeah, no, it felt, just getting traffic on the bases. We did a great job of that. And Jack Gerstenmaier doing a great job with his hit to score the run. Unfortunately, their pitcher made some really clutch pitches. Sliders out of the zone that I chased on and got us on. But he did a great job of managing with men on. And I think previously sometimes they'd leave pitches up and we create more traffic and it'd kind of keep going.
Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball. Brian, I guess looking at Carson Fulmer, he's a guy you've seen a couple of times in your career, and I guess kind of putting your baseball fan hat on here. What's your impression of the guy just overall, just after facing him twice in your career?
I'm impressed. I saw Carson pitch in high school, and he's continued to develop. I like his competitive spirit. Certainly, he's going to come at you and give it his best. He's aggressive. He's certainly proven that he can make big pitches. So, you can see why. I think maybe he's won 13 or 14 ball games, and you can see why he had success here in Omaha last year and has had success this year. So, I would imagine that the guy's going to be pitching for a long, long time.
And our final question, Jeff.
Brian, Ernie made a couple big-time plays in the field tonight. Did you think he would have the impact defensively that he has had this year at the beginning of the year?
Well, when we recruited Ernie, we thought he was a really athletic player. 5 days before the season, I didn't know that he'd make an impact for us defensively in center field. And here he is playing great defense at second base. This guy, we turned him into a center fielder 5 days before the season started. He played center field for a number of games early on until we got a little bit healthier and were able to move him to second base. So I like Ernie. He's aggressive at the plate. He is very athletic defensively, and so he'll continue to improve. And he's certainly been very, very clutch for us here in the postseason.